Well, hi there and welcome to another Semrush Marketing Scoop show. So this particular one is episode 28 of season 2. We're going to get going with a proper introduction very soon, but we will allow live viewers just a few minutes to start to join us and tell us things like where in the world they happen to be joining us from in the chat. That would be great. So hopefully we'll get a few people start to join us and watch us live. If you're watching the replay, thanks for joining in there as well. And just remember that this particular show is available as a podcast. So what I'm going to do is show you the screen, which is this one here, which happens to be on the webpage, semrush.com/podcast. So if you're not an audio podcast subscriber, please subscribe to the show. That way you'll get the audio show transmitted to your audio device, whatever audio device that happens to be, every Wednesday-ish. Whenever the show comes out, you receive a new audio version of the show. So this is a mildly edited version of this show that we're producing today. But we've got a few people joining us live already. We've got Jerry Sanders saying good morning. We've got Ravinder. Hello, gurus. Hello, gurus.
Have we all achieved guru rank on Semrush?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I don't think I'm allowed to. I seem to be just coming up the with Semrush rather than guru. So you're allowed to be a guru, Judith.
I don't know. I think I progressed from expert to guru, or from expert to master, or from expert to something recently by just spamming comments.
Is anything past guru, I wonder, or is guru the optimum?
Oh, there's one height. There's one dizzying height, one top level that will be exceedingly hard to achieve. And it has to do with doing lots of blog posts, engaging with lots of comments and things like that, and achieving all of those landmarks. So if you've got Semrush, or Semrush, as some of us like to call it, you can check it out. You go into your little profile and it tells you what you've achieved and as accomplishments, and what you're working on, and what you have yet to achieve.
So do we have any viewing gurus in the audience? If you are a viewing guru, let us know in the chat. We've got a few people starting to watch us live now, so give us a little bit of detail about you. Where in the world are you happening to be watching us from? What area of marketing are you interested in? We've got two incredible Facebook advertising gurus joining us for this particular show. We'll get going proper with their introductions just in a second. But I'm asking you, dear viewer, are you particularly involved in Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising at the moment, or is there another area of digital marketing that happens to be your core area of competence? Whatever it is, let us know. We've got I think Rob Jesse saying good afternoon. Simple Showing saying they're from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman, or something else. Well,
alien.
Prostate Cancer Foundation saying Santa Monica, California, and everyone using a brand rather than a person, trying to get a little bit of extra promotion. So good to have you all here. Thank you so much for joining us. And what we'll do then is we'll start the proper podcast introduction just now. You won't get this bonus bit that we've just shared with you for the last 3 minutes in the audio podcast, of course. So here we get going with the actual proper introduction. Marketing Scoop Season 2, Episode 28. Facebook Advertising in 2019. Broadcasting live in the Semrush YouTube channel, this is Marketing Scoop. I'm David Bain.
And I'm Judith Lewis. And welcome to the Semrush show that reveals the latest digital trends and technologies that...
Okay, we had a frozen Judith there for a second. I'm sure she'll be back with us there for a second. She was just about to say trends and technology that impact your marketing strategy.
Yeah. Oh, did I disappear? Maybe I better turn off the video
for a second. Absolutely.
Greetings from Stockholm, everyone. I'm enjoying it very much.
Don't go to Stockholm for good internet, everyone. Together with industry experts, we delve today into SEO advertising and content marketing, and as always, to uncover the ultimate recipe for digital marketing success. So after that interesting intro, today's first guest is a former Yahoo and American Airlines executive, from the old school. He currently helps seven-figure entrepreneurs grow their personal brand and business with all the work done by young adults who get training and certification as digital marketers at the same time. Welcome to the Chief Executive Officer from BlitzMetrics.com, Dennis Yu.
Welcome, Dave and Judith, and we have one of our young adults right here.
Howdy, everybody.
Tanner Laycock.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us, Dennis. And any audio listeners will have to actually tune into the video to see that particular youthful joinee there. So thanks for joining us again, Jeneth and Co.
Fabulous. Next up, we have a man who's been billed as the UK's leading Facebook advertising consultant. He's an award-winning vlogger and speaker, and he works with brands across the world, helping them get stupidly good results online. Please welcome from mrgavinbell.co.uk, Gavin Bell.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. That was a fun introduction with all the music and fun things going on. It's good to be here.
Normally goes a little bit more smoother, but when it's a little bit more real, then I guess that's more engaging.
Absolutely.
Only I'm now invisible, so no one can see the funny faces I'm pulling. Well, let's go with Gavin first. So we're going to jump in here and just get a grip on exactly how stupid are your clients' results, Gavin.
Stupidly stupid. Now, we work with a wide range of clients, from everyone from local businesses who are maybe chiropractors that are trying to just kind of dominate their local area as the go-to person, all the way up to football teams that are trying to sell season tickets. And I mean, one specific campaign with a football team, we spent £1,000. We ended up generating 200 grand's worth of revenue for them, £200,000 worth of revenue. So lots of really exciting things we're doing with all our clients all over the world, mostly using Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So I'm very excited to talk about them today and hopefully share a few nuggets that people listening can take away in action.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds incredible, especially given the return on the spend there. Although one of the things that I found, I don't know if anyone listening has found, is that Facebook advertising does seem to be a bit of a strange beast. People come to me and they say they've had really, really bad results and they can't seem to get any traction. Other people seem to get exceptional results like you have. What tends to be the difference between success and failure?
Yeah, I would, every time I stand on stage, I ask two questions. Who here has tried Facebook ads? Pretty much all hands in the room go up. Who here can hand on heart say that they're happy with the results that they've had on Facebook? And normally like 3 people will put their hands up. So I find that the majority of people struggle to make Facebook ads work for them. And trying to dive into why this is, so like working with clients and asking people, the number one thing that I've found to be the issue that's going on is people feel like they can just try and sell with their advertising on Facebook. So a lot of, I'll take, because we work with a lot of chiropractors, I'll use them as an example. A local chiropractor will think, just because we're spending money, and let's pretend that this is the best chiropractor in their local area. They get amazing results, they've got amazing testimonials. Like, people walk into their clinic and they come out feeling like a new person. They, in their head, they go, I've got the best product or service. I know I do. I've got an amazing product offer. It's not very expensive. So all I need to do is spend a little bit of money, maybe boost a post on Facebook, offering 20% off my my services, and the floodgates will open. People will come and buy from me. And I think people maybe get into the mindset of, well, if I'm spending money, I deserve to make money back. And I am the best person, so why is it not going to work? But the old way of advertising, that kind of like direct sales advertising, doesn't work on social. And the people that are making it work are where Facebook ads is working for them. It's the people that are doing that extra step where they're saying, I'm not even going to try and sell to you right now. All I'm going to try and do is provide a piece of content or multiple pieces of content that solve particular problems that I know you're facing. And if you want to work with me, then you can take that action. You can give me a call. You can book in a call with me, whatever that action may be. But I'm not going to try and directly sell to you right here on Facebook and with my ads. I'm just going to provide valuable content to you. And if you want to work with me, you can decide to work with me. So it's that difference in positioning. And I could talk about all the different technical parts of Facebook ads and why people struggle with optimization and bidding and all those different types of things. But for 99% of people, they don't matter. It's just that it's the content that's going out is typically wrong.
So, Gavin, if you're spending time to engage people, to make people really comfortable with you as a business, your brand, who you are, and almost encouraging them to approach you, is it not really difficult then to measure the ROI of Facebook advertising?
So what we like to do is we will focus a lot on creating that valuable content, pushing it out to people in the local area, if it's a local business or whatever audiences that we're going. And then we can use things like retargeting ads and have all the tracking in place using the Facebook pixel. So you're still able to see that direct return on ad spend that you're getting, whether that's from the content that you're promoting, or whether it's from these very specific retargeting ads that we're running that are direct for conversion. So let me explain. So let's say that we're creating, if we're a chiropractor, we're creating video content on things like top 10 reasons you've got a sore back. Let's just say we push that out into people in our local area, and we spend $100 doing that. From that, we maybe get 10,000 views. Then we might want to run a retargeting ad to people that have watched that video, knowing that if someone has watched that video, say a 5-minute video on reasons you've got a sore back, we know that they've got a sore back, and we know that they're in our local area because of the targeting from our previous ad. So when we retarget them with an ad to say, for example, do you have a sore back? Book in a free consultation with us, or free massage, or free back massage, whatever it may be. We know, like, we can see that direct ROI on how much we're spending to get that person into the clinic or the practice, or booking a call, whatever that call to action may be. So if you've got all the tracking in place with the pixels and the tracking codes, it's actually very, very easy to track how much you're spending and what that's generating you in revenue.
You had me at free massage. I'd love to put the same question to Dennis as well. Dennis, I know you've done some crazy things with your clients as well. What do you see as being the major thing that determines success or failure for you and your clients?
Any of you guys play golf? I know Gavin, being Scottish, probably naturally good at golf, and we play golf. And what a lot of golfers do, because they suck so bad, is that they focus on the equipment. It's a new golf ball. It's a new club. They obsess about the tiny little details of the equipment. But really what happens is that their swing is terrible, and they're just a horrible golfer. And switching the shoes and switching the clubs and switching the other pieces don't matter. And the same is true with your Facebook ads. It's not about the changes to the targeting. It's not. See, what's your favorite shoe brand, for example, David or Judith?
Jimmy Choo.
Athletic shoes.
Athletic shoes. Oh, I'm an Adidas kind of girl.
Adidas, right? Which was started by Adi and Rudi Dassler of Germany, because they had to argue about the name. And Rudi started Puma, actually, because he couldn't use the family name. But do you think if you switch from Adidas to Nike, that all of a sudden you'd run? Probably not, huh? Not much of a difference. So with Facebook, their system is so sophisticated that the number one thing that is hurting you is not being able to make 1-minute videos using this thing here. This thing that you hold vertically, not this way, holding vertically, making 1-minute videos that kill in the newsfeed because it stops people's attention. And the way I can tell when someone is junior at Facebook ads is, do they focus on video, or do they focus on bids and targeting and tools and those? And look, I'm a tools guy. I ran analytics at a search engine 20 years ago, right? I'm old school search engine. So I'm naturally about measurement and CTR and bounce rate and conversion rate. But I can tell you, and other Semrush friends that have come from the same kind of measurement, look at the data, tuning, tools kind of background, I had to make a huge shift into realizing that video, like me on video, I know David's fantastic on video. Naturally, he's done thousands of these podcasts. But making video with clients, making videos for clients, teaching other people how to create video. Video is the fuel that powers your digital engine. Just like the reason Gavin has kicked so much ass, I would argue is because he's made all these crazy videos, right? Jumping in the water on Christmas Day when it's freezing. My goodness, people are going to watch that. Do they really want to hear about campaign budget optimization? See, we can talk about that kind of stuff. We helped Facebook build their initial ads API. They came to us and we helped them build that back in 2009. That was 10 years ago. That's not what matters. If you load up your videos the right way into the algorithm, the system is designed that even if you don't have the right targets, even if you don't have custom audiences that are big enough, like we talk about local, guess what? Target the entire region, right? Don't try to go super detailed. Those are all these silly mistakes. The thing to focus on is making 1-minute videos off of this thing.
So Dennis, are you saying that any brand, no matter what niche they happen to be in, should be focusing on just publishing personal videos that don't necessarily have anything in relation to their products?
Yes, just like Gavin said. Now we do want to sell, but we want to sell through a 3-stage funnel that we call the topic wheel. And you think about the 3 stages as top, middle, and bottom, which is why, how, and what. The why is you're telling a story that, for example, my friend Dr. Mark, his dad was blind. And when his dad became blind, he had to help his dad do all kinds of simple things. There's a whole moving story around that. And then the how is, because of this, he became a doctor, an eye doctor. And he learned this, this, and this, and he shares his expertise. Well, that's compelling because it started with a story that then leads to expertise. And then the what is, he's developed a device that helps you see better, that doesn't require surgery. And he's also an eye doctor. And he's one of the most famous eye doctors here in Phoenix, right? So he's able to sell, but he sells by showing who he is as a person because he has to show up in the newsfeed. And we've recorded videos with him and taught him how to create videos. The number one thing that we focus on with clients, big and small, we spent $1 billion on Facebook ads. You would think what we do most of the time is tuning ads. No, our number one focus is making video. The videos at work, we spend initially $1 a day. We put $50 on it. We put $100 on it. We might spend $100,000 on it. I've had boosted posts for $1 million. Can you believe that? But it started with $1 a day. And it starts with video that works, that organically in the newsfeed is killing it. And if the algorithm says, hey, this is working, then we're going to put more money on it. But what do you think, guys, if you put something out there that doesn't work organically, do you think paying is going to improve it?
No, not at all. I love the fact that you're using the why, how, what sequence, because I like to try and encourage people to use that on landing pages. And when I first heard Simon Sinek explain the concept, it would just kind of open a light bulb, because it's so common for any marketer to try and focus on the tactics or the listing of why their thing is better rather than actually appeal to the emotions of everything. We've got SFS Digital Studios in the chat saying, Dennis, can you please talk a little bit about the 3x3? How do you sequence the videos? So I know you've explained, gone into a little bit of depth there, Dennis, but do you publish the why, how, what sequence as 3 separate videos? Is that how you do it?
So I'm going to let my fellow speaker, Tanner, who's going to be speaking here in Scottsdale, Vegas, San Diego, and LA in the next few days, I'm going to let him explain the 3x3.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So to answer your question, it's not just a rough 3x3. We can continue to add videos at each stage of the funnel as needed because we want to get as many shots on goal as possible. So how it'll work is we'll, for example, tell a why story. My why story is, I want to help other entrepreneurs and pro athletes be able to get their brand reputation so that they can have success in their career after sports. What we do is we find metrics that work. So we have a standards of excellence, and basically once they meet that standard of excellence, we say, okay, they've shown interest, let's move them on to the next stage. So now by the time that they view our how video, we've already shown that they actually have interest in what we're talking about. So by the time that they reach our conversion ads, we've already shown interest in the how and the why videos, so that we know that when we turn the ad spend up, we're already projecting our message to the audience that has shown interest in what we're selling.
So he's talking about remarketing the same way Gavin is talking about letting Facebook do the work by, if people engage with you on the 10 seconds on 5 reasons why you have a bad back, then you're naturally going to show them the next video. So a 3x3 is your best 3. They're your best 3 why, your best 3 how, your best 3 what. And what these are your workhorses that you're putting more and more money against, because they're the ones that drive you the cheapest and best remarketing audiences. What Tanner's saying is you're going to create lots and lots of 1-minute videos. Why? Because we know that 1 in 10 of your videos is going to be a winner. I've been doing this forever, and there's other people that are really good. And the best people that I know when it comes to Facebook ads, I've never seen anybody beat 10%. So if you want to have 9 winners, your greatest hits, your best 3 in each category, your 9 greatest songs, if you're a rock band, how many songs do you need to record if you want to have 9 hits?
I'm going to guess 9.
Well, how often does Tiger Woods hit a hole-in-one, right?
Right.
Or get a birdie or whatever it is, right? Well, maybe once every 14 years or something like that. But you need 10 shots to be able to get a winner. Don't kid yourself. You might think that this particular video is amazing, this landing page is amazing, whatever, the creative is amazing, and 90% of the time it's going to fail. This is how it is. We've done it for professional sports teams. For example, the Golden State Warriors last year, we spent $1 million on Facebook ads and drove $38 million in provable Ticketmaster matchback revenue, right? But how many ads do you think we made to be able to drive that revenue? We made hundreds of ads. And there are ones where I thought, oh, this one's going to be fantastic. It's Steph Curry shooting from the hallway a 3-point shot that went in and he did a little dance. Nope, that was not the winner. The winner was him and President Obama together playing basketball. I wouldn't have thought. I thought that was a crappy video. It wasn't even shot very well. It killed it. You don't know. Look, we're PPC people. We know that we don't know. We know that we should let the data tell us what's winning, right? Can we all agree if we're PPC people? Yes. If you're on the Semrush podcast, you know that's the case. Put your videos out there. Forget about whether you think you're awesome or not. Put your ego aside. Let the client put the ego aside. 1 in 10 are going to win. Most people, they try Facebook ads. They put up 1 or 2 ads and they say, I tried it and it didn't work. Really dumb. So you went to the gym and you worked out 1 time and you don't have 6-pack abs. The gym's a scam, isn't it?
Well, I agree with you there. Yeah. I should just go to the gym once.
Go to the gym right after this podcast. We're going to go to the gym and I'm going to do pull-ups until I fail, which is like 2 pull-ups. This guy did 20 yesterday in 1 go. But that's what you'd have to do. And don't kid yourself. It's all about your 1-minute videos. It's not the algorithm. It's not how many ad sets you have. It's not campaign budget optimization. It's not the 17 kinds of custom audiences you can build against the 11 major objectives. That's not what it is. It's your 1-minute video, your ability to tell a story that stops people in the newsfeed. On
So
video,
Dennis,
counts.
what if you are an agency that has a client that gives you good money, but they're just not willing to embrace appearing in front of a camera themselves and being personal themselves to create these Y-type videos? What do you do for that kind of client?
So that kind of client has happy customers somewhere. And maybe they are like chiropractors and doctors are notorious for not wanting to be on camera and not being very good on camera. They don't have to be jumping in naked into, freezing water like Gavin does. So what happens is you have them interview their patients. If you're an agency and you have a client and the client has customers, then you send a young adult like Tanner, or you go over there and show them, here's how you do 1 video. And instead of having them look in the camera, instead of having a fancy DSLR, you look at them like this and you have the camera off axis, a 30-degree off axis. So, Tanner might hold the camera here. And in other words, your iPhone, like he might hold the iPhone like this while you're talking to me. Because most people, they're good when you're talking face to face. You're good. Like, the client is good, assuming you choose the right clients. Like they have happy customers and they can talk to a customer and you hold the camera 30 degrees off axis and you capture that continuously for 30 minutes and you pull out 1-minute snippets and you ask them a series of questions that will elicit the why, how, and what. So the why is 3 or 4 stories from their childhood about what's happened in town, around someone cut me off in the parking lot yesterday when I was at Whole Foods, like whatever, just like different stories so that they're a human. You're not selling yet. Then how? They're sharing some expertise, right? How do you do this procedure? How do you, for example, the Golden State Warriors, right? The how might be, how does Steph Curry prepare? his hands are like sandpaper because he's practicing threes 2 hours per day. They're rough, right? He's shooting hundreds of threes per day. So he's talking about how he does that, his dribbling routines, right? And then the what is there's a playoff game tonight against the Clippers where they hope to eliminate them in round 1, right? Then you've earned the right to sell because you remarketed all the way down. But if you don't have solid anchor videos in the why to remarket to the how and anchor videos from there down to the what, you'll never have any traffic down here to sell against.
We've got Yusra asking in the chat, or saying in the chat, I agree with Dennis. However, why not conduct focus groups to know what video is ideal clients are likely to resonate with instead of actually producing lots and lots of videos? Dennis, can I ask you just to think about that for a second? And we'll go back to Gavin just now. Gavin, I don't spend a whole lot of time on Facebook advertising, but from my perspective, it feels like the targeting options have reduced significantly over the last year or so since Cambridge Analytica, since various data scandals, and Facebook having to be a little bit more on top of things like that. Is that the case? Have the targeting options reduced significantly over the last year or so?
I mean, some of them have gone in terms of like we can no longer target based on income here in the UK. It's come back in America. It's come back in the States, and the job title employer targeting isn't as good as it used to be. But in terms of like return on investment for clients, there's been no difference whatsoever. I mean, Dennis touched on this. The Facebook machine and engine is always improving, and it does half the work for you now. Like, we don't need to always go super specific with our targeting. Go broad, like exactly what Dennis said with the chiropractors. If we're or any local business, we go broad and just target an age demographic in a local area, and Facebook does the targeting for us, finds the right people for us. And in terms of, but my process on this is kind of always pushing the importance of owning your own audience now. Like Facebook can turn things off any day, anytime it wants. And so the importance of getting people to watch our videos, getting people onto our own mailing list, onto our own website, which means we've got more people to retarget to. So if for any business, you can worry about the targeting, the interest targeting, demographic targeting all day long. But if you're focused on, like Dennis says, creating these 1-minute videos, creating blog posts, creating whatever it may be, to get people onto your site, to get people firing the pixel, or to have people watching your videos. Like Dennis has probably got tens of a video views audience of tens of thousands of people, which he can constantly retarget to because he's created so many videos. So I tend not to get bogged down by the different interest targeting anymore. I did more in the past, but they've reduced certain things. But I feel like they've reduced, by them reducing targeting, it's just making the Facebook machine smarter, and the smart advertisers are letting Facebook do the heavy lifting.
So does that mean that you just boost videos for a small amount of money to begin with, and then see which videos perform the best, and then focus on them after that?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the term boost, so it depends what your objectives are. If you're looking to get engagement, you're looking to just get people to like, comment, share, watch your video, boosting is fine, as long as you've got a specific, or when I say specific, I mean a relevant audience you're going after. I wouldn't just boost it to the whole wide world. If you're trying to drive conversions to a webinar or a sales page, then you're not going to want to boost that post. You're going to want to go and do it through the ads manager, because this comes back to the Facebook machine. Facebook has data on all of us and has gathered data on all of us for such a long period of time. It knows if we've got an audience size of 1 million people, let's just say, Facebook will know the groups of people within that 1 million that are most likely to convert or buy something. They know the people that are most likely to engage with that post. And if we click on boost, we're essentially telling Facebook that we want it to go and find the people within that 1 million that are most likely to engage. If we choose the conversion objective, we're telling Facebook that we want it to go and find the people that are most likely to convert. Similarly with traffic and all the different other objectives. So I wouldn't necessarily use the term boost there, but if you're creating these videos and you're promoting those out to people, gathering that large audience of people that have consumed your videos, you don't own that audience, but that you know the people in that audience are relevant. which means that you know which message to serve them when it comes to that time that you want that conversion.
And what kind of metrics are the most important ones to be being aware of for that first contact with people? Is it people who watch the most of your video, or people that add a comment?
It all depends on the type of video, where that journey, the stage in which that person is watching that video. But I'm always, and have always been, focusing on the average watch time for a video. And during the times where I've created content of me going outdoors and, as Dennis says, jumping in the sea half naked and things, I was able to, by focusing on the metric of the average watch time, find a way to essentially get my videos to go viral all the time. So I think I've had 3 or 4 videos that have been over 100 or 200,000 views, mostly organic, because I was able to find how to structure videos, how to make videos in a way that kept people's attention. And Facebook has 2/3 goals. More people on the platform, spending more time on the platform, because that means they make more ad revenue. If you're creating content that keeps people's attention and keeps them on the platform, Facebook is going to show your content to more people because it's in its best interest. If you're creating content that doesn't keep people's attention, they're not going to show it to people. They're going to hold your reach back because it's not serving that ultimate purpose. And that's where the kind of, you have to shoot 10 hoops to get one. I don't know the basketball sayings. I don't play basketball. You got to create 10 videos to get one winner, because you're not always going to be able to hold people's attention, but you're going to have one that holds people's attention, and that's the one that Facebook is going to show people. Facebook's going to show it to people.
I'm really curious, with all these videos that you guys are creating, though, what kind of calls to action are working best? Because you're creating this content, it's helpful, it's helping people, it's engaging them, it's engaging their attention. But ultimately, we're trying to sell something, or we're trying to get people onto a client's website. How are you working in those calls to action? What is working for you?
Yeah, so for me, you'll never ever see me sell on my feed on Facebook. So all the content on my feed is helpful, valuable, entertaining, or educational content to try and build brand, to try and build that attention. And then all my selling is done in the background through retargeting ads. So if people watch my videos, they'll then get a retargeting ad. And based on the videos they've watched, or based on the kind of campaigns that I'm running at any specific time, that might be retargeting people and pushing them to my Facebook group. That might be retargeting people, pushing them to a webinar. That might be retargeting, pushing people to a free guide, for example. So the specific call to action will vary, but I'm always valuable content first, and all the selling is done in the background. What we call dark posts.
And this retargeting, so you say dark posts, so that's newsfeed posts, video posts again, but they're only viewable by people who are on your retargeting list.
Yeah, so people. So when I'm creating videos, I'll share it onto my feed. Anyone can see that. But the retargeting ads are only going to be seen by people that have viewed my videos. They won't be seen on the feed. They won't be seen on my page, I should say.
And are there any concerns that because the quantity of people viewing those posts will be smaller, that the social proof of having less people having liked those posts or interacted with those posts might have a negative impact?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, as long as you're driving the business result, the likes, the comments, the shares are vanity metrics. Like, there's hacks and tricks that people will do where they'll serve that ad to people in third world countries to try and get cheap engagement. Then they'll change the targeting to their actual audience. I don't buy into any of that, and I focus purely on the business results. If you're not getting the business results, regardless of the likes, the comments, the shares, then something's wrong with that messaging.
Going back to Dennis for another quick couple of questions. As I mentioned, Yusra mentioned, why not conduct focus groups to know what video is the ideal video to produce, and then produce that video instead of producing such a large quantity of videos. Dennis, can you improve your conversion rates by just honing in on videos and topics and producing less videos, or have you not seen any impacts by doing that?
You have the largest focus group on the planet being on Facebook when you can boost a post for $1 a day or €1 a day for 7 days. That's your focus group. You should always be testing. Now, there's something to be said about inviting people into an office and asking them questions and going through that kind of research that you might do for a larger company. But we believe in rapid iterative testing, putting out lots of videos. If you know who your customers are, meaning you've built custom audiences around those different segments, if you know what content is converting, because you look at your email subject lines and you look at your landing pages and you look at things that are working in Google Display, then you can use those same targets and those same pieces of content back into Facebook. Because why wouldn't you, right? It's existing users through retargeting. I don't care what channel it is. It's content that's working. Maybe you convert it to a 1-minute video that's vertical, 15-second vertical stories that run inside Instagram, and then that's going to work for you. Retargeting will work for you. I don't believe in going. So for example, for 3 years, we've had Jack Daniels as a client. And they have done lots and lots of research. I've even gone there to their headquarters. It's Brown-Forman, the parent company, and sampled their new drinks before anyone else has gotten them in the United States. And yes, they do focus groups, but the way we did testing was just like I told you, 1-minute videos that are filmed with the customers. And maybe if you have customers that are coming, you have an event, maybe you're an agency and you're trying to, you're going to a conference, take 1-minute videos there because that looks like it's real. It's behind the scenes. It doesn't feel like a commercial. To Judith's question, it doesn't always have to have a call to action. When you're selling, yeah, your call to action is, I'll see you in London at Digital Marketer Engage, or here's my ebook, or come to my podcast, or give me your email address for this item. You can sell in that video, but you have to earn the right to sell. On a first touch, you never have a call to action. A first touch, you're just trying to say who you are before you say, give me your credit card, right? Just like Gavin said, you can remarket down when you've earned their trust on a through play or 10-second video view. By the way, everything's moving to through play. That's our main metric on video. Cost per through play, less than 3 cents, you're killing it. The average is 10 cents, right? People aren't doing very well. So when you get someone in a through play audience, then you've earned the right to say something else to them. Then you can sell. Then you can add a call to action button. And because I'm on a rant right now, let me say one thing. This is something people get wrong all the time, including most of the reps that you talk to at Facebook. There's a different boosting posts. Let's clarify that boosting posts does not mean targeting a worldwide audience or targeting everyone in an area. Your targeting and your content are separate, right? Your objective and your content and targeting are separate. I can boost a post to a 1-day site-wide audience. I can boost a post to any kind of target that I want. You know when you hit boost post and then the blue button and then it shows you all the targets you can hit? It just means that there's a post that I put out there organically in the newsfeed, which will get no views, right? That's kind of how it is, 2% on average, right? I can take anything that's ever worked in my timeline and I can boost that to any remarketing audience. I can assemble any combination of sequences together. I think this is the thing that people miss because they think that the timeline expires, and it does. But the beauty of the greatest hits is if I have posts that are 3 years old that are still getting traffic because I'm then attaching that to anyone who's just joined Blitz Nation or anyone who's just done whatever. If you're an agency, think about the content that you have that has worked, that has generated some social proof, and you put that into a boost sequence, which you can change along the way. You can change the targeting, you can change the copy in the post, and you can even change how you're going to have that video sit and have it be used in different posts so you can reuse that social proof. If it lives in your greatest hits, you can have that live forever and gain social proof. Not because you want social proof, but because it tells the algorithm, it's calculating the edge rank. The edge is the connection between a piece of content and a particular user, just like quality score on Google. Don't kid yourself. You're building up stronger edges against those particular edges. That's what counts. For the technical people, edge rank is calculated the same way for Google and Facebook at the intersection of content and targeting. That's what you're trying to feed into the system.
One more question quickly for Dennis before we almost finish up, and that is from SF Digital Studios. I love the 1-minute videos. However, don't you think that the audience may want a little bit more time? Why does it necessarily have to be 1 minute? Dennis, have you tested? I'm sure you've tested it a lot, but why don't longer videos work as well?
Well, let's talk about it. Let's start with this. Do you know what the average watch time is on Facebook videos? How long do people stay on average? How long?
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Now, we have some home runs. We have some videos. We're up at 52 seconds. Some are over a minute, but those are 3 or 4 minute long videos. If the average person is staying for 6 seconds, do you think it makes a difference whether you upload a 1 minute or a 5 minute or a 1 hour long video? You can upload something that's an hour long and 4 gigs, right? That's the limit. It won't matter. See, if you think you have 5 minutes, you're going to ramble. You're not going to get to the point. You're not going to be interesting. You're not going to get that hook in the first 3 seconds, right? 1 minute forces you to get to the point. 15 seconds, you can't have an opening bumper. You can't have the whole walking around thing. You have to get straight to the point with something that's interesting with the visual reset. And to Gavin's point, if you can get that view through, the average watch time up, then you can sequence to the next video. So maybe you have 3 or 4 points you want to make. Don't try to make them all in one video. Break them into separate chunks and then try to focus on 1 minute chunks to say that particular point the best way.
Love it. Well, that just about takes us to the end of episode 28 of season 2. Just time for an actionable tip from each of our guests related to, or not necessarily related to, what we've been discussing so far. So let's stick with Dennis first. Dennis, what is your actionable tip?
This is your money-making device. This is an
that's a smartphone he's holding up.
That's right. Sorry for the podcast people. I'm holding up the latest iPhone, right? I break these things all the time, so I have to buy new ones. Use this, hold it vertically, 3 feet away from either your face or pointing at someone that your client or your client's customer. Record continuously as many 1 minute video clips as you can. Post those onto Facebook, run them through your VAs if you want to do a little video editing. That will be the fuel to your engine, because you can remarket on video, on specific video, but you cannot remarket on particular posts. That is a key point. Facebook is intentionally wanting to use 1 minute videos, and the 1 minute videos that are working, try to make 15-second vertical videos. But your phone, don't kid yourself. You need to make video. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care how your clients are resisting you, or because they're corporate, they don't believe in this selfie kind of thing. It will work for you in any industry.
Superb stuff. Well, you can find Dennis over at BlitzMetrics.com.
And next up, we have Gavin. So, Gavin, it's your turn. What is your actionable tip?
Yeah, I'm gonna just add on to what Dennis said there. Is start with this thing, and
you're holding up your iPhone. Just
I'm holding
for the
up my
podcast
iPhone.
viewers.
Nothing else. I'm holding my phone. Start with that video and start to, and this is actually going a little bit off topic, but use that content on places like LinkedIn and Instagram TV is really interesting to me right now. Share that content on all the different platforms, but use Facebook ads, retarget people that have consumed your videos and get them into something that you own, like your email list. When you're on Facebook, you're using their real estate. Get them onto your email list so you own that data. And I think just to add to that, like we've spoken a lot about video, and one of the things that the biggest excuse, people have loads of excuses for a video. I don't have the time, don't have the equipment, all those different things. Don't have the personality. What I find that it boils down to is people are scared of being judged when it comes to video. And so the only thing that I can give advice on to that is, because I was, back when I first started video, I was the same. I was petrified of what people would think. Is pick up your phone, film something, share it, but don't judge yourself based on the views, the comments, the likes you get. Just judge yourself based on the fact of you're posting a video. Post a video, don't edit it. Tell people you're starting a challenge. Maybe you're posting a video a day for 7 days. Just get used to the fact of getting yourself out there on video. And over time, you'll start to develop the personality. You'll start to learn how to create video. But in the early days, when you're just initially posting, just get confident on camera as opposed to worrying about all the technicalities that we've maybe spoken about today.
So that's very reassuring for everyone, I'm sure, that is a little bit nervous about the videos, and also an incredibly good point about multiple platforms. For all of you who are wanting to find out more, you can find Gavin over at Mr. Gavin Bell. That's MrGavinBell.co.uk.
.com.
And .com. I've got it down here in my notes as .co.uk. Naughty. Mr.
It should be direct.
Well, yeah, if it redirects, it's fine. We all love you on .co.uk or .com, whatever you choose. We're regionalizing you to the UK, you see. We want to keep you in. I've been Judith Lewis, your co-host here at Marketing Scoop, and you can find me currently in Stockholm for the Semrush Nordic Search Awards. But regularly, I'm over at dickhabit.com.
Those are terrible pre-show notes you produced, Judith. You know, just
I know,
hope
they're
we get them
awful, aren't they? You
accurate
should
next
shoot
time,
me.
so. Before we go down that topic any further, I've been your co-host, David Ben. You can also find me over at digitalmarketingradio.com. We'll be recording the next episode, Season 2, Episode 29 of The Scoop in a week's time on the Semrush YouTube channel. That's on Wednesday, the 1st of May, for a show that will be looking at what SEO can learn from CRO.
I have my skepticism about that, but joining us for that episode is the CRO top bod, Tim Stewart, plus a yet-to-be-announced super secret SEO superstar. So you've got to sign up to watch that episode, and of course, other future episodes live over at semrush.com/webinars. And of course, you can also catch all of the previous episodes over at semrush.com/podcast, just to shake it up a bit.
Is it SEM or is it SEM? What do you think, dear listener? Let us know. Thanks for joining us for this one. Until next time, be fantabulous and do one thing that scares you. Adios.